Hello and welcome to Rapid Pixel Racing. We are round 22. This is the season finale and it is a sprint event at Abu Dhabi. So we'll have short qualifying, a 10 lap sprint race and then a 29 lap feature race. Driver's title was tied up last week. Connie Stokes taking that for the third time in a row. Quick look at season standings, which I can't put on the screen because I've not set them up properly yet. So Aston Martin currently leading the Constructors' Championship, but Alpine are in with a shout at taking the Constructors' title if they can take maximum points tonight. Apologies for the late start tonight. The TTFL season finale overran due to a lobby issue at the start. But we will be getting underway very shortly. Just waiting for everyone to load into the lobby now. Hopefully someone in the chat can pop along and let us know what the weather's doing, because it's looking a tad murky in the pit lane. If you were along for the TTFL race, you will have seen quite an interesting race around Abu Dhabi. A couple of safety cars kept it interesting, but Tier 1, Tier 2 drivers' titles did go down to the final race. Scarenzi picking up the Tier 1 driver's title and Panda taking the Tier 2 title. Mrs. Carl a very close second place and battled all the way to the end. So we have got drivers out on track. First on track is Scotty. Don't remember it looking this murky in quali earlier. So as I say, this is the final race of the season. And we've already lost Zodak on the pit exit. And Island Boy picks up a 5-place grid penalty. It's going to make things interesting come the sprint then. So Scotty now starting his lap. He has had plenty of practice tonight already, so should know the track well. Making his way down to the reprofile turn 5. It's a bit of kick of oversteer on the exit. Keeps the car under control as we head down now to the chicane of turn 6 and 7. One of the big braking points, overtaking point as well. On the power nice and early, DRS open on the run up to the reprofile, the removal of the chicane at the end of this straight into a nice flowing hairpin, but getting that line right. is very important because it sets you up for this next section running into the hotel that flows better than it used to, but I'm still not sold on it as a driver. Then through into turn 15, which is pretty much flat out, and now the final corner of turn 16. So a 1:25.8 from Scotty. Good time there. Next on track is Ludifer. He was on an outlap. Lister crosses the line. I was trying to see which Red Bull it was with the 24.9, so nearly a second clear of Scotty, taking him into provisional pole. Mrs. Cole just starting her lap as Johnny Stokes goes fastest overall with a 24.2. So Johnny's definitely still got the pace, still pushing hard. He wants that double, he wants the constructors title again as well. Speedy picks up a 26.2, and I've just realised I can't put that on because it's not there, and I don't think I can swap. No, I can't. So no tyre data for anyone. I'll just have to run it on my other screen and keep you all posted as it's needed. So Al Ludifer now coming round to close his lap out, crosses the line on a 26.6, taking him into 5th place. Night Sniper retired on the pit exit. This is Carl running a little deep through turn 1 there. I think that was allowing Evan through, who was starting a lap. Let's just jump to race director. And Night Sniper, terminal damage, Zodak terminal damage. So we'll stay on board with Evan as he makes his way through 6 and 7. Heading down a 53.5 from Evan through sector 2. Heading into the hotel section. So one of the corner markers as Evan loses it coming out from under the hotel, manages to keep it out at the barrier, doesn't appear to have picked up any damage. Staying out of the way to let the other cars through. Ireland Boys invalidated his current lap. Andreas does 36.2 but is improving on this lap. Evan clocks at 39.4. As Andreas loses it round the penultimate corner, puts him into a spin, keeps it out the barrier, and is just at the pit entry, so dives into the pits. Decky's done a 27.1, currently sitting in 7th place. Duckface on an outlap. Vader, Lulu, Moyland all still in the pits. Where is my weather update? Alright, sorry, too busy, distracted. Thank you, James. Must just be random looking weather during quali then. I say what, it's just cloudy. So, Johnny Stokes still sitting on provisional pole. Lister is back out on another push lap, trying to find his way past Johnny. Currently 3/10 down though, so that's 3/10 in the wrong direction. James Owl sitting in third. Lulu lost it on the pit exit. Why can none of you drive out of the pits tonight? That's like 3 of you who've dropped it on the pit exit. Stop accelerating too hard. Lulu, did you forget? Did you turn traction off and surprise us all as James Owl power sliding it out of the final corner? That's not going to help your next lap as Scotty jumps up into third with a 25.3. Oh, Ludifer sitting nice in fifth on a 25.5. Evan in sixth on a 25.9. Speedy in seventh on a 26.2. Decky eighth on a 27.1. Duckface on a 31.1 in ninth. So not a representative time, but on a push lap this time around. Andreas is back out on track as well. We'll stay on board with Duckface as he makes his way under the hotel. Has got an Alpha 4 company, which I believe is Evan just behind. A much better time coming in from Duckface now. He does improve, takes 6 seconds out of his time, jumping up into third place with the 24.8 as Evan loses the back end on the exit of the final corner. I think he did make contact with the wall, but not enough to have taken a wheel off, so we'll be able to get back round to the pits and have another attempt. This is Cole invalidated, current lap. Decky invalidated, Andreas invalidated. Moyland is on track. Is he pushing? Is he going for it? Vader just coming round to start his first time lap. So we'll stay on board with Moyland as he comes down the second DRS straight. 53.5, purple sector 2 for Moyland there, at least according to the track map. Though that does seem to have got better of late, less random purple sectors popping up. So we'll see what he can convert that to as he comes around the final corner now. A 124.1 taking Moyland up to provisional pole. It's a great lap from Moyland there. Johnny still in the pits. Lister on another out lap. Duckface just into the pits. Scotty on his way out of the pits. James coming into the pits. Al Ludifer on a push lap now. It's coming to the end of sector 1, so 10th and a half up on his current time, and this will be enough to take him up as it stands into 6th as Vader does a 125.471, take him 1,000th in front of James Owl. Great time there from Vader. So just keeping on board with Al Ludifer, as James not happy that Vader's beat him by 1,000th. I'm assuming that's what not having it means anyway. Completely missed Al Ludifer's Sector 2 time there. So it'll be nice and surprised at the end of this lap. As Decky comes up into 10th with a 26.1. Ludifer coming around the final corner now. This does look a better lap, and it is. He takes over half a second out of his time, jumping him up into 5th place with the 24.9. Cracking lap from Al Ludifer. Scotty starting his lap. Evan on his out lap. Oh. You can't, James. Your former teammates beating you as well. I know that is going back several seasons. But you've got half a second to find. Over half a second. As Lister improves, takes provisional pole now with the 24.0. As Moyland opts to retire in the pits. Connie Stokes, though, is out on track on an outlap. So can he find another couple of tenths to take the final pole of the season? Got a yellow flag in sector 1. That has cleared now, as James and Vader are on outlaps. I think Vader may have left it too late, though. I don't think he's going to be able to make it round in time to set another lap. It's got a yellow flag in sector 1 on the pit exit. I think that was Al Ludifer. So Johnny just coming down the first DRS straight now. I'll stay with Johnny, and then we will drop back to see how James is getting on, as he's just coming round to start his lap. So Johnny is 600ths up through sector 2. Did show a purple sector 2 there. Needs to find something in this final sector if he does want to take that final pole position of the season. Coming through the final corner now. Crosses the line. He does improve a 24.030, 600ths faster than Lister to steal that final pole position point. As it stands, can anyone who's left find any improvement? James Al currently 6 tenths up. Through sector 2 that was. So it should be enough to comfortably jump Vader. Possibly push him all the way up into 4th place. Through the final corner now, crosses the line at 24.6, so an 8th, 10th improvement. That does move him up into 4th place. Andreas, I think, jumped up into 6th. Moylan not bad for one lap. No, that was a decent time, Moyland. But there are your final standings. Johnny Stokes taking the final pole of the season, followed by Lister, Moyland, James L, McDuckface, Andreas, Scotty, Al Ludifer, Vader, Mrs. Cole, Evan, Decky, Speedy, Zodak, Island Boy, Lulu, Night Sniper, and Frenzy. Island Boy picking up as well that 5 position grid penalty. So that's going to drop him down to 18th place for the start of the sprint. Yes, James, I've seen a lot of streamers getting caught out with the whole Alt F4 thing. Oh, I don't know how they're so bloody stupid. Maybe it's my age. I've always known Alt F4 closes your current program. Quick way to get out of DVDs that you watch when you're at work and your boss starts walking around. So now just waiting for the drivers to do their strategies for the sprint race. So far, so good indeed, Al Ludifer. Let's get some tyre detail. No, not stops tyres. So your top 4 going for the medium. Darkface going for the hard on the sprint. Interesting. And then Andreas through to Night Sniper on the mediums. Frenzy opting for the soft. I think from... Did Frenzy make it in Monday? Don't think Frenzy did make it into the lobby Monday. I might be wrong. Soft definitely have the advantage at the start, but they will drop off very quickly. Everyone looks to be keeping it fairly close together. Couple of little gaps opening up, but that's where people have gone through the chicane. Should all start to close up as they make their way through sector 3. Jesus, that temperature has suddenly just plummeted in here. Need to reposition the PlayStation to chuck the hot air this way rather than at the back of the room. And then no doubt, oh moan, come the summer when temperatures increase. Here we go, everyone lining up now for the sprint race. Three lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Held for quite a while. It's lights out. I can hear the cars, can't see them. There we go. So Lister attacking Johnny into turn 1. Lister does get the move done, as we appear to have a bit of carnage towards the back of the track. That's Night Sniper, Speedy, Frenzy all caught up there. We've got under virtual safety car. So who's running damage? So our Lucifer has lost the front wing. What? No, you were up at the top. Frenzy looks to be alright. Speedy carrying floor damage by the looks of things. That's going to hurt Speedy for the sprint race. And Night Sniper carrying front wing damage as well. Can't tell anything up the front. Everyone towards the front looks to be alright. Top 6, don't seem top. I can't tell. Yeah, top 6 all definitely not carrying any damage. As we are back under green flag racing. So can Lister maintain that lead he took from the start? So we've got Duckface, Zodak, Deki, Lulu, Frenzy, Al Lucifer and Night Sniper all into the pits. Obviously points in the sprint go to the top 8 finishers. Currently Lister out in front but held on closely by Connie and Moyland. James Al having a look up the inside of Moyland, followed closely by Andreas and Scotty Vadus right on the back of this battle as well. As Connie looking for a move around the outside of Lister into turn 9, but Lister having that covered off at the moment. Connie will be hoping Lulu can fight his way back through and get into the points to help defend the Constructors' title. As the fastest lap swaps places all the way down to Evan with a 1:27.2. See, there is no bonus point for fastest lap in the sprint. Fastest lap point goes to the feature race fastest lap. Lister still holding first place over Johnny, but DRS is now available. As Johnny is coming under pressure from Moyland into the chicane, and that is Moyland up into second place. He'll have the DRS. Will he? Yes, he does get the DRS. It will help him defend. But there seems to be a bit of a DRS train forming here. Moyland, Johnny, James Al, Andreas. As Andreas loses it on the exit of the chicane, and that brings out a full safety car. So everything will now settle down. This will give those at the back a chance to catch up with the pack. None of the top 7 diving into the pits. Speedy could potentially pit here and come out, as Mrs. Cole opts to go into the pits. Speedy stays out on track. Did Mrs. Cole have any damage? Oh yeah, quite a bit of damage there. Front wing damage, floor damage and rear wing damage showing for Mrs. Cole. Floor and rear wing, that is going to make the rest of this race quite uncomfortable. as it stands at the minute, Lister still leading us round behind the safety car. Moyland up into second, Johnny down into third place. James Owl still holding on to fourth, Scotty in fifth, Vader in sixth. So that'll give them 9 points over, currently as it stands, Aston's 6. So that's a 3-point advantage as it stands to Alpine over Aston Martin. So constructors battle is still on. We are going to have a couple of laps under the safety car. So racing again, lap 6. So Speedy carrying floor damage. Duck Face is alright. Snopper's alright. Zodak's alright. Lulu's alright. Mrs. Cole carrying floor and rear wing damage. Taking the opportunity to come in for a fresh set of softs. Be straight on to the back of the pack as well. Safety car in this lap, so we're going to have 4 laps of racing, so try that again. Going to have 4 laps of racing, so we will have 2 laps of DRS at the end as well. So certainly going to make for an interesting end to the sprint race. At what point will Lister opt to go for the restart? He's leaving it as late as possible. And we are... Oh, Moyland with a brilliant start there. Lister trying to close the door, but Moyland does get the move done to take first place. Johnny coming under pressure from James Out as well, down in third place. Scotty watching behind to see if he can make the most of any incident further up. I think Lister got on the power and just had a moment of the back end stepping out, which is what allowed Moyland to take that full advantage out of the final corner and have the better run to the line, getting the move done after the start finish line. Johnny and James are battling as that's a Haas round of Scotty. Wrong Haas, I jumped on board with Night Sniper. Scotty has got the car going again. So that's James sitting nicely in fourth. Vader up into fifth place as... Oh, safe... What? Dark Face, I swear you were on track. and you just jumped off track into the wall. If you're watching, what the hell happened there, mate? That was weird. So we're under safety car again. That was weird. Scotty into the pits. That was just bizarre. Scotty's going to have a couple of laps. He's going to have a lap at least to catch up to the back of the safety car queue. And it is going to be on, or is on, fresh soft tyres, so should have the pace. Ludifer currently on 5 lap old softs. They'll get to the end now, but then going to be past their best. So as we come around, we're starting lap 8. We are still under safety car. Is Mr. Cole watching along to see if Mrs. Cole can produce another stellar performance? To see if that half a Ferrari is earned. Second place in TTFL's Drivers' Championship. Can be enough. Can we add to that? Can we get half and a bit of a Ferrari? Carl, sign up to your own Twitch, because it just looks wrong seeing. I'll see Mrs. Carl's name pop up. I'm not doing it just to get you to add a follow and get me closer to that 50, but be nice. So a safety car in this lap. We're going to have 2 laps left of the sprint. Can Moyland get a better restart? Can Lister correct the mistake and retake the lead? Can Lulu find his way through and try and grab a point for Aston? Because I'm sure John his back is probably killing him now from carrying that team. So Moreland has gone early and has managed to pull the gap to Lister. Everyone seems to be making it through the restart without issue. I'm keeping my eye on that mini map though. As Mrs. Cole, I had a moment. Something happened in turn 1 for Mrs. Carl. Did Cole accidentally connect a controller and go, oh, whoops. Oh, I don't want to buy more than half a Ferrari. But Moylan still out in front, has the lead, has opened that gap to 8/10 over Lister, but Lister is closing it down the straights. Probably running a lower downforce setup. Certainly will work with the 2 or 3 nice straights around this track, but it will hamper you through. Really, it's only going to hamper you through this hotel section, as Lister does look to be under attack from Johnny Stokes. James Owls had a moment, dropped down into 7th place. That's put Vader up into 5th, Island Boy in 6th, Evan in 4th. We've got a Haas round on the penultimate corner, has got it going again. That's Night Sniper, who's going to be under attack from Mrs. Cole, keeping an eye on the battle or on the gaps in front. Night Sniper getting it wide through turn 1. Back end stepping out on him there as Frenzy makes a move on Speedy. So that's Frenzy up into 8th place. Speedy trying to fight back. Moyland has opened the gap. He's got a comfortable lead over Lister of 2 seconds now. Lister under attack from Johnny Stokes. So they make their way down towards turn 9. The new long left-hander. Lister's ERS light flashing away. Can Johnny find his way past through the hotel? Yellow flag in sector 3-4. That's the Mercedes of Al Ludifer. Has got it going again, but now going to be under attack from Mrs. Cole as Moylan takes a win. Lister in 2nd, Johnny Stokes in 3rd, Evan in 4th, Vader picks up 5th place, James in 6th, Frenzy in 7th. Island Boy will take the final points position for the sprint in 8th. Lulu in 9th, Speedy in 10th, Scotty in 11th, Al Ludifer picks up 12th, Mrs. Cole having a moment on the exit of the final corner, crosses the line in 14th, Zodak just getting ahead of her there to take 13th, Night Sniper coming round the final corner now to take 15th place. So 2 safety cars and a virtual in the sprint, and we've got the feature race to go now. I suppose I better get the results. Oh, I think it was the penalty for Mrs. Cole that cost her 13th. I hadn't noticed that during the race. It picked up a penalty. We're just waiting for everyone to do their strategies. Okay, you didn't stay long in the server. Crazy Cyril guy. Oh, I'm playing F1 21 Championship driver and Haas has a weird driver set. Oh, Schumacher mad spin. It's Mick Schumacher. And Mazza spin. Mick's Michael's son. And was the driver for the 21 season. And the 22 season. So, as everyone is on their formation lap, let's look at the tyre options. So, Moyland in pole has taken the medium. Lister, Johnny Stokes going for the hard. Evan, Vader both on the medium. James Allen, Frenzy on the hard. Lulu and Speedy on the medium. Scotty's gone hard. Ludifer, Zodak, Island Boy on the mediums. Mrs. Cole's gone hard. So tempted to make a smutty comment then, but no, I won't. So husband's watching along. I don't want to upset him. Night Sniper's gone soft. Not surprised. Duckface on the mediums, Andreas on the hards, and Decky on the mediums. So we'll jump back to the position change. Get rid of that. Get my data up. How aggressive are they going to be lining up into the box? Lister going for the aggressive option, but getting disqualified. And pushed back in the box. James Al not getting it quite right, and Scotty as well, and Decky at the end of the pack. So here we go, final time of the season. It's 5 lights and it's lights out, and away we go, and any minute now the cars will move. There we are. I hope they fix that when this next game's out. As Lister going aggressive on the start. Moylan not having any of it. Lister now losing out to Johnny and Vader. As we've got Johnny Stokes going way off track. Not entirely sure what happened to Johnny there, but we have got an Alpine 1-2 on track now. Lister currently sitting in 3rd. James out up into 4th. Speedy up into 5th. Lulu's gained up into 6th, but coming under attack from Frenzy, and as I saw contact, but I couldn't tell you who it was from. That's dropped Lulu down into 18th. Evan up into 7th. Andreas in 8th. Zodak in 9th. Night Sniper up into 10th. Scotty's dropped down into 11th place. Island Boy in 12th. Johnny Stokes currently sitting in 13th as he attempts to recover from a poor moment in turn 2 or 3. With Duckface in 14th, Mrs. Cole in 15th, under attack from Decky. As Decky tries to find a way around the outside, coming round the final corner. I think that's Mrs. Cole into the pit. Front wing damage for Mrs. Cole. Ludifer's picked up front wing damage as well. Lulu's picked up floor damage and front wing damage, so that's going to be a nightmare for Lulu. But Moylan now opened up that lead. He's got a 2-second advantage over his teammate in 2nd. This is perfect for Alpine. Maximum points from this race will give them the Constructors' title. As James and Lister going side by side through the chicane. James coming out just in front to take third place. Can't see where to put my beer down. Lister battling back, running wide on the exit of turn 9. Is now going to be coming under attack from Speedy, so he needs to keep his eye on his mirrors. Moreland and Vader pulling away out in front though, opening that gap nicely back. They've got Moreland's got nearly a 5-second gap back to third place, with his teammates sitting bang in the middle, 2.5 seconds between him and James. Lister holding on to the back of James. Speedy right in there as well, as Lister runs very deep through turn 4. It allows Speedy through before turn 5. DRS will be available this lap around though. Lister has picked that. Has he? No, we've got a VS. Why have we got VSC? So no DRS at the moment. We are under VSC. Don't. Under the VSC, Moylan's. Oh no, the gap's returning. So there we are. Racing has resumed. Moreland comes round to start lap 5. Vader still holding on to second place. James out in third. Speedy holding on to fourth, but is under attack from Lister into turn 1, but manages to hold on to fourth place. Right, Sniper's picked up a penalty as he's entered the pits. Gonna stay with this battle between Lister, Evan, Andreas holding on to the back of it as well. Frenzy, Zodak, Decky has retired in the pits. So Evan making his way past Lister there into the chicane. It's right on the back of Speedy, but Speedy seems to have great traction out of the chicane. Can he hold on to it as we make our way down the second DRS straight? Evan looking up the inside of Speedy now. Does get the move done. Lister trying to find his way around the outside. Can't quite find his way through at this time of asking. That's Evan up into fourth place. Speedy down into fifth. Lister currently sitting in try that again. Lister was sitting in sixth, but now has a moment coming round the final corner and drops him down into 12th place. Evan having a moment as well. Evan's down into 9th. Not sure what the cause of that was. So Speedy up into 4th place. Andreas currently sitting in 5th. 12 places up from the start. Moreland and Vader currently sitting comfortably out in 1st and 2nd with an Alpine 1-2. This is perfect for the Constructors' Championship, and as we all know, the prize money is all paid for the Constructors. There is no prize money, this is all bragging rights. Speedy is holding on to the back of Andreas. Frenzy right up in this as well. So currently Lulu sitting down in 17th place. Quite a way back from the pack. Al Ludifer in 16th. Miss it as Speedy has lost it coming round turn 2. That's put him into the wall and has brought out the safety car. Lister, I think, has retired in the pits. Alright, Sniper's picked up a bit of front wing damage, currently coming into the pits. Lister's car's parked in the pit lane. No, it's cleared. Jesus, this game's full of bugs. We're a season through and we've still got crap like that happening. Retire in the pits. Oh no, earlier today, people retired in the pits. Car came out the pits, parked up. This race, no, we'll just abandon it in the middle of the pit lane. So Moyland out in front. Teammate Vader sitting in second. Both coming into the pits. That's going to give James Al the lead of the race. Andreas stays out, takes P2. Frenzy picks up P3. Beautifully timed double stack there from the Alpine team, though. Moylan looks like he nearly ran into the wall coming through the tunnel of the pit exit. So that brings Moylan out into P8. Vader comes out in P10. Johnny's up into P6 but does need to pit. So Moylan's the first driver to have pitted. Ooh. Evans stayed out. Vader's pitted. Duckface has pitted. Al Ludifer's pitted. Mrs. Carl, Night Sniper, Lulu have all pitted twice. Let's go back to tyre. So James Al currently leading the race, sitting on 6-lap old hards. Andreas and Frenzy also on the hard tyre from the start. Zodak currently in 4th place on the medium tyre. Should have some advantage at the restart. Scotty holding on in 5th place. Connie Stokes recovered up into 6th but will need to stop. Island Boy in 7th. So the top 7 all need to stop. So Moylan in a fairly decent position. He's on the fresher tyre. We will see what happens when we get back on the way. So Night Sniper picks up another 3-second penalty. We are still under safety car, so I'm just looking at someone in TTFL.
Whoa, come on! Oh, come on, man.
Safety car still out. Oh. I'm going to have a Friday off next week. Oh, I don't know what to do with myself. Right, I'll still be working, even though it's Christmas Eve. So I don't know what I'll be doing. Sleeping. Come on, Lulu, catch the pack. We've got 20 laps to go. We're under safety car. James out in front, followed by Andreas. Frenzy up into third place. So Frenzy going for driver of the day, or at least games driver of the day. Scotty sitting in fourth. Johnny Stokes in fifth. Island Boy in sixth. Moyland in seventh. Vader in 8th, Duckface in ninth, Zodak in 10th, Al Ludifer in 11th, Mrs. Cole in 12th, Evan in 13th, Night Sniper in 14th, and Lulu, who's now caught the back of the pack, bringing up the rear in 15th, as safety car is in this lap. So James Al will become the de facto safety car. So he now tries to allow gap to build, so the safety car can pull into the pits and we can get racing back underway. Can Moyland and Vader hold on to the pack and take full advantage, try and take maximum points out of this weekend and steal that Constructors' Championship, as we are back underway. James getting a good lead there over Andreas off of the restart. Moyland instantly on the attack past Island Boy. Can Vader follow through? So we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. That's Night Sniper round. Just bear in mind, Tom, your rear tyres will be rather hot, so take it steady for a couple of corners before you keep pushing. Otherwise you will find yourself looping back around. Al Ludifer getting past Mrs. Cole up into 11th place at the chicane. Mrs. Cole looking to get the back end, stepping out there. Just going to put her under pressure from Evan. Vader and Island Boy going wheel to wheel round turn 9. Vader has got the move done though, so he's following through, keeping the hopes of an Alpine 1-2 firmly in his grasp. Mrs. Cole picks up a 3-second penalty there, as Island Boy is round under the hotel. Drops him down into 14th. Andreas finds his way past James to take the lead. Frenzy and Johnny still holding on to the back of this battle as well. Scotty just dropping outside the DRS as We've lost Night Sniper on the exit of the chicane. No safety car at the moment, but we have got a yellow. Why is the yellow flag showing at the end of sector 3? Or is Night Sniper run deep out into the penultimate corner? That may have been what happened. It just looked like it was the exit of the chicane. James not giving up on that lead though. He's holding on to the back of Andreas. Literally curse of the commentator. That's James Round recovering, dropping down into 12th place. So Andreas has got a bit of breathing space over Frenzy in second. Frenzy 7/10 up on Johnny Stokes. Moylan now up into 4th place as DRS is enabled. Scotty in the middle of an Alpine sandwich in 5th place. Can Vader find his way through? This is going to make the title battle for constructors interesting as Vader is round and through on Scotty before turn 5. It looks like he got that done through turn 2 and 3. Great move from Vader there. Holding on to 5th place now, but is coming under attack. Scotty though having to go defensive from Zodak. Will both get the DRS. Will this battle behind from Zodak hinder Scotty in his attack on Vader? Zodak running very low. Oh, they're both running very low on ERS. Vader has got the healthy advantage over Scotty and Zodak. As Moyland has managed to close right into the back of Frenzy, who is still holding on to the back of Johnny. If anything, Frenzy is closing into Johnny quite nicely now, so this is going to help Alpine with their battle for the constructors, as we have lost a cluster of cars there. Al-Ludafer, Evan and Zodak all out on the exit of turn 1. I'm guessing there must have been a coming together there. Thank you for the follow, Max Gamers. Much appreciated. So we are back under safety car again. So Andreas had a 5-second advantage over Johnny Stokes just before the safety car was released. No, unfortunately I missed that. Al-Ludafer. Evening Tom, hope you're well. How are you, Scarenzi? Celebrating your Tier 1 Drivers' Championship, I hope. Is this your raid coming in now, Night Sniper? Thank you, mate. It's much appreciated. So, Andreas opting to pit under safety car. Moylan staying out. Johnny Stokes in under the safety car. Frenzy in. Scotty in. What's happened to Vader? Vader's had a moment, because Vader's into the pits as well. Oh, that's going to hurt the 1-2 option for Alpine. Mrs. Cole up into 2nd place though. Well, enjoy your Chinese, Scarenzi. You deserve it, mate. You've raced really well all season, keeping it tidy, picking up the wins, but more importantly, picking up the points through most of the races. I'd recommend a beer or two as well. Cheers, Max. On some of the other streams, I've got the second screen data, so I've got car damage data, tyre wear, tyre temps. I just forgot to alter the RPR stream to add that in, and I don't want to try and do it midstream because it'll mess everything up. But from next season, it should be a bit more detail popping up as well. So I run a program called SimHub, which takes the telemetry data that the game outputs and gives me a dash screen. So when I'm driving, I use it because it gives, without going through the MFD screen, it gives me all my tyre data, my wing damage, floor damage, and everything, plus some other useful info like pit rejoin. So I know at the minute, following round Mrs. Carl, the screen's telling me if they were to pit now, they'd come out in P10. Obviously, under safety car, it's fairly straightforward to work it out. But when you're mid-race, it does make it useful for strategy decisions. I can't even show the standing stuff because it's out of date, but if I go to that one, that's a couple of races ago, the standards, because I just completely forgot to update them for tonight. But I want my plan in the off season is actually to improve some of the data that pops up and make it more usable from a commentary point of view, because I know with the telemetry data there's a lot more info available. It's just actually grabbing hold of it and making it usable. But we have got safety car back in now, so Moyland will be on the restart. Mrs. Carl sitting in second, James up in third, Lulu's managed to recover into fourth, Andreas holding on well in fifth, Johnny Stokes in sixth. Expect to see both of them making their way through, at least on Lulu, probably on James because they've got the faster tyre. Cheers, Max. Thanks for the follow. And yeah, TTFL's race from tonight, definitely worth a watch. So as we're on the restart, Moyland managing to open a bit of a gap to Mrs. Carl. James looks to be straight on to the attack, trying to find his way through. And if you've watched these races before, you'll know how much of a fight Mrs. Cole can put up as James goes for the move. Mrs. Cole defends it well, holds him off. Looks like Johnny and Andreas fighting it out behind as well as they're trying to find their way past Lulu. Lulu losing out there, dropping down into seventh. So Andreas, Johnny and Frenzy finding their way past Lulu. Johnny straight on the attack though. Trying to find his way past James. James gets... I don't know if there was contact there or if that was just a moment of oversteer from James. kick of the rear, putting him into the barrier. So that's Andreas up into second, Johnny into third. Moylan still with a decent gap in front, but he is going to be coming under pressure from the medium runners. I'm trying to do the maths in my head now. Moylan 25. 50, 10-point difference. As it stands, I think it'll be a Aston Constructors. I suppose I need to get that open ready so I can just drop the numbers in. Where's my standings? Doc's gone. There they are. Not that one. I want GP2s. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm going to have to do it after the race. Try and figure it all out where we stand. Andreas is closing in on Moylan though with those fast and medium tyre. 7 laps difference. Got 12 laps to go. Oh, I think Moylan may be pushing it on the hards to try and get to the end. We've got a red, but that was McDuckface. We've lost McDuckface. We are now down to 10 runners. So everyone left running will be in the points. James Howe has been into the pits for a fresh set of mediums. Those hards obviously gone far enough. So now can Moylan defend from the fast approaching Andreas and Johnny Stokes? We're into the chicane now. Andreas looking to get great traction there. Moylan is going to be under attack as they head towards turn 9. Moylan has the inside line. Andreas trying to find his way round the outside. Moylan getting a touch of oversteer there, but holds on to the carb. Andreas is through into the lead now. Johnny Stokes just 8/10 back, watching everything developing out in front. Hoping to make the most out of this. As it stands, 15, 8, 23 points. So for this to work, Moylan and Vader need to beat both Johnny and Lulu. And they're not there at the moment. So Vader, who's right on the back of Mrs. Carl, has a couple of laps fresher tyres, needs to make the most of this opportunity. Use the ERS, use your DRS, come on. You've battled Mrs. Carl so many times. We've lost Scotty from the race. That's Scotty into the pits. I wonder if that is equipment failure. I know Scotty has been nursing a damaged wheel. Or a faulty wheel. I was trying to make the most of it. Made it through TTFL and is trying to make it his way through this one. As Vader gets past Lulu, so that works for Alpine's advantage. But you do need to close up on this pack out in front. Moylan not dropping back as quickly as I thought. Hard tyre holding on quite well. Will be within the DRS this time around. Andreas ERS light flashing away there. We see Andreas has depleted pretty much all of his ERS down the straight. Moyland not looking great. Johnny Stokes 24%. I wish Johnny had turned his telemetry on. I want to see what his tyres are on. As Johnny is now attacking Moyland in towards turn 9. Moyland managing to hold on this time around. Frenzy dropping back slightly as Vader and Lulu are going in towards turn 9. Lulu getting the move done that time around. But can he hold on? As I know Vader will want to be in front of Lulu. For Constructors' glory, Vader needs to find his way through. As they are side by side coming out of the final corner, Vader is back in front of Lulu as they enter turn 1. I think Lulu's right. Vader, use your ERS, defend with your ERS. You've got a massive advantage over Lulu. He's going to have the DRS. You've got a 20 to 30% advantage over Lulu on your ERS. This is Carl holding on to the back of this battle though, not wanting to let it completely disappear into the distance. Lulu has made it back past with the DRS and ERS again. Vader taking that tight line through turn 9. So I'm doing that earlier on tonight as well. It works because it keeps him with those he's battling with. Moyland now nearly 3 seconds off the back of Andreas. But keeping Johnny Stokes at bay at the moment. Johnny is within the DRS range. Has a 10% advantage on the ERS as well. I know those of you who did watch along on the TTFL probably be annoyed that I've not got the tyre and damage data up. But that will be up for next season, which will be starting early January. It'll probably be starting the same week that TTFL restarts. We've got to do the driver lineups, the team allocations, and everything. We've got GP1, GP2, GP3 as well for RPR. We see Tier 1 and Tier 2 for TTFL. Hobo and Nevo will be rather busy with their Wheels of Doom. I mean, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fate, whatever you want to call it. I will say now though, if I get Williams again for the 5th season in a bloody row, I won't be happy. I want something different. I don't really care what. But just not Williams. Just because I want to change. As Johnny is pushing right onto the back of Moyland with the DRS. But I wonder if those medium tyres are starting to drop off the cliff now. Moylan's can't be that healthy. Moylan holds on again. Johnny was in front as they came into turn 9, but Moylan manages to hold on. So Andreas out in front is built a 4.3 second lead. His medium's same age as Johnny's and Friends' sitting on 35%. Moylan's on 45% used hards. Johnny, Frenzy not sharing their data. Island Boy in a bit of no man's land in 5th is on 30% used hards. Vader, no idea on his tire wear because he doesn't share his telemetry. Can make that a rule next season. Mrs. Cole, fronts are on mid 40s. Rears have just hit 50. Lulu into the pits for a fresh set of softs. Dropping off those hards. Claims out on the softs at the rear. I have to think they're going for the fastest lap point. As Johnny and Moyland still battling it out now as they enter the hotel section. Again, Moyland just getting back in front. This battle is going to go to the end as the way it's looking. Tyre wear wise, they're going to be similar. As Island Boy's had a moment that's dropped him down into 7th place. Vader, this is Cole and Frenzy making their way through. Why is Frenzy parked on the exit? That was bizarre. I think Frenzy's had a moment. Island Boy retiring in the pits. So as it stands, 18, 15, 12, 30. Oh. I think as it stands at the minute, Aston still take the constructors. 30 points. 34. Oh, I think Aston take it, but I'm not sure. I knew I should have spent the time and built a spreadsheet up so I could just drop these details in. So Vader not under any pressure at the moment, sitting in 4th place. Andreas clear out in front as a 7-second advantage over Moyland, who's under massive pressure from Johnny. Moyland trying to hold on to take that last 2nd place of the season. Johnny though has built up a big ERS advantage now. Looking at 50 something percent as Frenzy retires in the pits. Don't know why, I get a feeling he may have had wheel or connection issues. Especially after watching him through on that final corner of the previous lap. James out into the pits for another set of softs. Andreas still cruising to the lead. Johnny making Moyland work for this second place. Moyland's tyres must be absolutely screaming. 20 lap old hards. Only got a couple of laps to go. That's unfortunate for Frenzy. Sitting in third. He will stay third in the drivers' standings. So great effort, great result for Frenzy through the season. But we carry on with this battle. This is the only real battle on track at the moment. Moreland has managed to open a bit of a gap, but with that DRS, Johnny will be able to close it back in, but doesn't close as much as I'd have expected. So Moreland opening it back out on the exit as well. Are the mediums starting to drop off now? Do the hards actually run a lot longer than the tyre wear suggests? Is Moreland just pushing this into puncture territory? 60%. So it shouldn't be puncture territory. We've seen a puncture from Moreland before though. At the same time, Codemasters decided the best thing to do was to kick the driver who was challenging for second place out of the lobby in the final corner and let the AI just drop him back in behind the punctured Moyland. Don't know how much he actually paid Codemasters to add that bit of programming code in. Here we go again, down the back DRS straight in towards turn 9. Johnny closing all the time, but not able to close enough that time around. He's going to have one more go at this. This is for position on track. There are no penalties at play at the moment. Vader still sitting in 4th place. A comfortable lead over Mrs. Cole in 5th. Lulu in 6th place. So going to pick up some decent points for Aston Martin. James Howe, I think, has been lapped now. He has, that's Andreas, but he unlaps himself into the hairpin of turn 5. And who's going to have the DRS? James has the DRS as they make their way down the straight. Is Andreas going to battle it, or is he going to let James just pull away? Andreas has the DRS this time around, but dropping back to this battle. Johnny Stokes closing in again as they enter the chicane. But Moyland seeming to have it covered. Johnny will have the DRS. Going for the outside, looking to try and get the cut back round turn 9. Moyland's got that covered off. Just the hotel section to go now. Johnny is going to go for it. He's going to have to get brave. Through under the hotel. Andreas coming round the final corner now. Fireworks going off. Andreas takes the win. Moyland though manages to hold off Johnny Stokes. Comes across the line. I thought he was going to try and do a donut across the line there. Takes 2nd place. Johnny Stokes picks up 3rd. Vader will come across. As long as his penalties aren't too high. He's only got 3 seconds. So Vader will come through to take 4th place. Mrs. Carl in 5th. Lulu in 6th. Can I very quickly do the results? So Moyland Stokes. Vader. Lulu. Oh no, wrong one. Oh, it's for that one. So in the sprint, as we're just waiting for James Al to cross the line. Andreas takes driver of the day. Skip all that. Let me do this very quickly. Do that. Get the results. Come on, that one. That one. Alright, sprint, more than one. Tony Stokes in third. Vader in fifth. Lulu no points, so goes constructors. Aston Martin are your constructors winner. They have a 21 point lead. So well done, Johnny Stokes and Lulu. Johnny, you carried Lulu all the way. Moreland, Vader. 489. 479. If reserves hadn't accounted, there'd have been 10 points in it. So thank you everyone for watching along. That has been round 22 as the lobbies crashed of your Rapid Pixel Racing GP2. That was the season finale. We will be back early January. There'll be updates and things posted in the Discord as we sort out drivers and teams. There'll also be at some point a spin the wheel for team allocations and everything. So keep an eye on the streams, drop a follow, it will all be much appreciated. But we will be back in early January. Thank you all for watching. If you can think of anything you want to see improvement wise, drop me a message, let me know. I'll try and add in anything you feel's missing. But thanks for watching, and I will see you all next year. Have a good Christmas and a great New Year. Take care.